That was a heck of a pass. I mean, you could just hear that ball sizzling in the air.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And that play stopped behind the line by a corner. Trent McDuffie getting in there. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On play action, Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clock in. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Allen off the play fake. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, forced the incompletion.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And it'll be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Allen. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air, Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. We're scoreless after one. The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. Now Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. That is complete downfield to Knox. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morris. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I thought maybe we might get some points before halftime. After all, the snap's good, the hold's good, but the kick doesn't find the target. And now it looks like this will wind up as a scoreless first half.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. Singletary will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically. Because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Hines. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 27 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the counter, this is Singletary. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. He gets this complete to Diggs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Oh, design run for their wideout. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. A little bit of an unconventional call there.
Yeah, but it worked, and how great was that? That's got to give them a lift in this situation.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Now Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing is Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
And look at this, it's a fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. Well, sometimes the fake punts work out. They're fun, and you're so smart for doing it. And sometimes, Charles, what happens is an epic fail, and what we just saw was an epic fail.
And you're right about that because the key here is the element of surprise. You have to catch a defense completely unaware that this might happen, this might occur. Unfortunately, somehow they tipped it off, or they were just well coached and on their toes. Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for KC. 57 yards. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
So the Bills going to be the first to get it as we are back underway here in overtime. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
A give up the middle to Singletary. A gain of 3, second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Well, now they'll try the end around. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Right back to Singletary on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions. Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And that is no good. And that changes everything here in OT.
But partner, that's a sequence that could prove costly because they drove down the field to start overtime, couldn't convert on 3rd down, and then they get the missed field goal. Now, the advantage certainly goes to the other sideline.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
What can Mahomes do now with his overtime drive? Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. This defense making a huge play with that interception on the 2nd drive of overtime. So, Charles, there will be a 3rd drive of overtime. And remember, again, a field goal wins it.
And right now, the kicker is thinking hero in his head. But when it actually happens, if it does happen, he's got to go back and congratulate the man who got the interception and set them up.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Mahomes going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
So it's a win for the Chiefs here. And no surprise, it was Patrick Mahomes who really led the charge.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most. And they're going to come away with the victory.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. Brett Maher has this one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Ravens take over the first down at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the local Texas product, J.K. Dobbins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 44 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Perfect execution on that inside handoff, and then a little will, a little brute strength to move forward after the contact.
What do we call that now in today's NFL? Heck, in today's football? Contact balance, right? That's the buzzword, the phrase you hear. A back who can absorb contact, bounce off of it, and keep moving. Just what you said. Brutes.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Isaiah Likely, 30 yards. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score. Ravens 7, Cowboys 9. Justin Tucker in the kickoff.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Prescott on first down. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. This is intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Now that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Demarcus Robinson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Draw play, Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run once more with Edwards. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Justin Tucker to kick off in Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points kept. He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This one taken just inside the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Play action. Now Jackson. Man open is Robinson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Edwards now on first and 10. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards.
It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They go play action with Jackson. His throw incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw, but I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Throwing is Jackson. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Jackson now. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. There he goes, right side, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And the Ravens are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Edwards. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried the sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. That's caught. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for 2 is going to come up empty. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
On 2nd and very short, Prescott. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
That's complete to Robinson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Jackson. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language. Maybe
he's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a handoff, Edwards. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Twisting away. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, he can certainly be a big asset in this passing game. He proves it right there. He makes the catch out of the backfield, and then off he goes. Mahomes now on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Coming in to put a lick on it was Levante David.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Now Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Jerick McKinnon, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0. Oh, look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done. Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Brady. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down first and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point put through by Succop, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, this defense was victimized earlier in this opening quarter. This time, a measure of revenge.
Well, they always tell defenses you have to have a short memory. But I also think it helps if you remember what happens to you before, and now you're able to flip it around. They didn't want to show weakness and let this offense think they could do whatever they want. And they turned...
Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Julio Jones, 64 yards.
And the Bucs have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting them a few yards.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. On play action, it's Brady. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
Not your boy Old Mo, you said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover. There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down.
Okay, that was a fake punt, and it was successful. Throwing the football. I know you threw the football in your past off of a fake.
Yeah, but unsuccessful back in my high school days. Old Tim Jones dropped it, hit him right in the numbers. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they love this opportunity, don't they? A chance to get involved.
They certainly do, and many of them were quarterbacks or big-time players when they were in high school and college. So to get back doing what they did before, always fun.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Butker's kick here is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. They already had the early lead, and they
get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this third quarter of play. This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken from about the 12. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Fournette once more on second down. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Now they'll throw with Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at the 36-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter. But that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Brady on the bootleg. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Brady now to throw. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And a nice job of break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
They'll go with a big bang Fournette, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Leonard Fournette stops short of the marker on 4th down, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Mahomes now to throw. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 23-yard run. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Butker now to add the extra point. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken from about the 12. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss.
And my goodness, another interception.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And Mahomes going to run again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. And they take a knee. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
the site that many call the loudest in the NFL. We are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it.
And his first pass is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Another run here with Sanders. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. On the move to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
George Karlaftis
in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
But first down hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. No score after one on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 9, second and about a yard. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Here we go now on first and goal. Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Sanders again. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone...
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. 23 yards, the final tally. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go now.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some people playing defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Sanders.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Miles Sanders
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by James Bradbury. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Now Mahomes to try again after the pick-6. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Reed Blankenship, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
You gotta go right here. You gotta...
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it. And this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now not only did you not get it and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Sanders. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for Miles Sanders, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. On 3rd down and short, and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Jake Elliott kicking off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, This one's pretty... Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat.
Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A familiar refrain.